Well, all that has to wait until back to civilization. Nonetheless, this is just an audio recording of my meeting today with a doctor here in Heidelberg, Dr. Hannah Hunt. She's a psychiatrist. It's going about looking for a doctor that will have to do an expert analysis on me so that I can use it to contest the analysis that heart multipliness made again in 2009. That has been the cause of all I've been passing through for the past 7 years. As it is, I have to contest that and get the court to I have to disprove that expert analysis so that I can get to solving this very problem of monitoring that I've been complaining about. In 2009, Mr. Blindness, I don't know if you know him, Blindness. He diagnosed me with paranoid schizophrenia. And
macht ein Gutachten?
Yeah.
Warum? Ein Gutachten? What did happen before?
Because I reported that I was being monitored. And Mr. Vingerter, who was my lawyer, then asked him to interview me and have a good acting for the court, because I wanted the court to investigate my complaints and then find a way to put a stop to it. But after Hartman Blindness has diagnosed me with paranoid schizophrenia, the judge said, "Oh, you are sick, so they are not going to investigate my complaints." And they didn't do it. I was angry, I was pressed, because I know that what I was saying was real. So I was going to him to disturb him to change his
Dr. Blindness.
to blindness. Yeah. I asked him to change.
So you didn't agree with him?
Yeah. He didn't. Instead, he called the police and told the police that I am threatening him. And I was arrested and I was taken to Wiesloch, to the PZN Psychiatrist, Wiesloch. Was there for 4 years and 5 months before I was released on 22nd May of last year.
This happened last year?
This happened 2010. 2009, 2010. I was arrested on January 19th of 2010 and taken to Wiesloch. I was there in Wiesloch till March 2014.
You have been to the forensic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was there till 2014 when I escaped and went to Luxembourg. In Luxembourg, I was arrested.
You escaped from the forensic.
In Luxembourg, I was arrested and brought back here, and I was taken back to the forensic again. I was arrested in February of 2015 and brought back here on February 13th. I was from February 13th of 2015 to 22nd May when the judge decided that I should go. But my problem is the very things that I complained initially to blindness has not stopped. Even while I was there in prison, it was still going on. When I left and went to Luxembourg, the same things have still happened. Even while I am still here now, having been released from jail, it is still going on. So I told my lawyer that decision Plainest made was absolutely wrong, that I want to contest it, because if I could convince the judge that I am not sick, that what I'm saying is real, then he will authorize the police to investigate my complaints. And
Complaints?
yeah,
What? I don't know.
I reported that I'm being monitored.
Ah, okay. Yes.
So but because Plainest said that I was sick, the judge cancelled everything about my report. He didn't look into it.
Ah, okay. So you complained about this, that you feel, you feel anxious?
Not anxious,
Not
that,
really.
that I'm being monitored.
Yeah, but to be monitored is not a really good feeling, huh?
No.
You told the police.
Yeah, I told the judge.
Okay.
I also told the police.
But they didn't do any investigations about that
Because
because of Dr.
Blindness.
Okay. But it's going on with monitoring? You just feel monitored right now? Yeah, it didn't stop.
it didn't stop. Throughout, or even
But
while I was there,
whom is monitoring you?
I seriously suspect the security services or the intelligence services. I can't point directly to and say that Mr. So and so is monitoring me.
And they do it by which methods?
What I do, what I say, even what I think, even what I'm thinking
Okay.
in my privacy. People around me, people I meet on the road, people that are very far from me, they know about these things.
They know what you are thinking.
They know what I'm thinking.
But how
They
can
know.
they know it? Do you have an explanation for that? Or they can't look inside you?
I think they can. I asked Plainest this question, and he said that I asked him. He said that if at all that I have a chip, a microchip inside me, that they could use it to monitor everything that I'm doing. And then he asked me, have I ever been? This is where we had a problem. He asked me, have I ever come across a situation where I suspect that I was implanted, like having a surgery or something like that here in Germany? I said that I've not gone through, not had such a situation. So I don't know whether that is why he concluded that it is not real, that is paranoid schizophrenia. But the fact is,
But what is and when he is right?
huh?
But might be perhaps that he is right.
If he's not right,
You're
because
sure?
of course, because you have to. What I'm saying is it's not something that is secret. Even the doctors, even the patients. This is the sad part of it. The very ugly part of it. It's the doctors, the nurses, the patients there in the psychiatry know that what I am saying is the truth. From their actions, from their reactions, from their words. They know exactly that what I am saying is the truth. But come out and say it. I don't know if the whole thing looks like it's kind of a national project where they are told to just do this, don't mind what I'm saying. You understand? They are told to cover it up. That is just the only explanation about it. Because I don't see why, as a doctor, as a nurse, you know that your patient is not, the person they brought to you as a patient is not sick. But you still went on to force, not just by willingly, you went on to force him by force, inject him with drugs meant to cure mental illness
Yes.
when you absolutely know that this person is not sick.
But you have been treated with medication?
Not just being treated, forced to receive treatment with doctor, with the judge.
Okay, yes.
The judge grants them this permission to force me, and they will come and
So
hold
you
me
got-
down and inject me. And
So
for
you
this,
got the injections.
for these 4 years and 5 months that I was there, I was constantly taking those medications. I was going through all the processes, medications, blood tests, this brain scan and all
when
that.
did you leave the clinic, the forensic? When
I
did
finally
you-
left that on 22nd May of 2015.
in last year, so
Yeah.
it's 1 year ago now.
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't take any medication right now? You
No,
stop
I told the
medication?
judge, yes, because on the day of judgment, I explained to the judge that I have never been sick. That I wouldn't be taking any medications or be going through any obligations, like something like probational obligations that you have to fulfill when you leave the psychiatrist. I told him plainly that I'm not going to keep to any of those. That if they want, since I've perceived that it has nothing to do with treatment, but to force me inside there, for whatever reason, that they better keep me down inside there. Since it's their decision that they should keep me, that they better keep me down there, but that they have to know it, that I'm not sick, that I'm not taking medications, and all the medications they gave me, none of them worked.
Okay.
You understand what I mean?
But what are you going to do now? Do you have a job?
No.
No. Do you?
The issue here is this. They haven't, since 2009 when I complained about this, nobody have done any serious efforts to look into it. And even, no, because this is what I was telling plaintiffs, tell them that maybe it's not true, maybe it's true, so that they will use that clause to look into it and see if what I'm saying is true, if they don't believe me.
Yes.
But he stamped his out and said, this is sickness. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So this is what I'm going through. I'm looking for a situation whereby the judge will be made to understand that there could be other explanations to my problem. And then they can look into it judicially through an investigation to find out what is really wrong with me. I've been for almost 5 years. I've gone through medications. I'm still here complaining. Since from 2009 to 2016, this is 7 years, and the problem is still there.
Yes.
Something that they
But
could
I'm
still.
not really sure how we can do that, just to be sure that there is an illness or not. It's very difficult, huh? Because I can't look inside your brain.
Yes,
That's a problem.
the thing, I asked my lawyer, and he said that with that decision from blindness and a letter and another good acting that was done while I was there, that's it's not easy. That's in fact the courts under the in front of the court, I am really a sick person. So there's nothing they can do.
So there was
against me.
there was another Gutachten while you've been there in the
Yes,
forensic.
yeah.
And who did this Gutachten? The colleagues of the clinic.
No, they brought someone from Duisburg, Seifert, Mr. Seifert,
Ah, okay, he was
Yeah.
a specialist.
from Duisburg.
Okay.
And then that was the second one. And finally, another one was done on me by Mr. Sibrand, who is on the ambulance section of the clinic. It was three good actors. And the thing is, my lawyer said that if I could get another good actor that will disagree with the other good actors that have been made about me, then the judge will have an Uber. There's going to be an Uber good actor, something like that.
Uber good actor, yes.
Who now looks into the all these good actors to decide which one is true and which one is wrong. So if I should go through this process and the Uber good actor decides that what I'm saying is true, then the court will have to authorize a judicial investigation into my complaints.
But
This.
Yeah, I understand now. I understand the situation,
Yeah.
but it's really difficult to find someone who makes this Gutachten, and it needs a specialist with a forensic education. So this is not every
Psychiatrist, yeah.
Yes, psychiatrist who can do that. So you need somebody who's really specialist for this item. And the other side is that this kind of Gutachten, you have to pay it yourself.
I was told
it's quite
that.
expensive.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
It will cost you about, I will guess, 1,000 to 2,000 euro. Huh? And I'm not really sure. And you have to find a Gutachter who is very well known. So his word is more important than the words of Dr. Pleiners and the other one of Duisburg. And it will be very difficult to find somebody who will do this Gutachten. It's difficult, huh?
Yeah. Who do you think? Because as a psychiatrist, you know the people who can do this kind of job. You can refer me to them.
There's one of the most famous Gutachters in Germany is Professor Kröber. I think he's in Berlin, huh? But first he would need all the papers, the Gutachten of Dr. Pleiners, the Gutachten of Dr. Seifert, who saw you in the forensic, and all these reports of the forensic clinic. And then might be he says, no, I don't do that because these Gutachten, they are okay, yeah? There will be no other perspectives, huh? And it would be not really good to pay such a lot of money for another Gutachten, which perhaps says the same thing than Dr. Pleiners or Dr. Seifert.
You know what? Because the situation now is such that this is no longer 2009, and I'm no longer in the psychiatry.
Yes, of course.
So here I am now walking the streets and living.
Yeah.
So there's always with the time lapse, with the events that have happened throughout all this time, I have got reasonable grounds to convince any good actor that what I'm saying is truth. So I'm looking at it from this angle. I know that about the money that I have to pay for it. That one, sure, that is I know that. I'm looking for somebody who a psychiatrist who specializes on this, who can do a real a thorough investigation into my complaints and make informed, not just what they told him. Pleiners is gerichtlich good actor. So and I was.
Pleiners normally is a very serious actor.
He messed up. Look, what I'm saying is this. The current situation, my case is such that all those people who did all those things, the repercussions is not so clean on, it's not so good on them. The image they have now is not that good, because they are denying, they're trying to deny reality, and people around them know what is real. So it's just like even if they are not paid, they now look like they are paid to do the job that they did.
I'm just looking for the address of Dr. Krüger. If he's in Berlin at the Charité clinic, that's a very famous clinic in Germany.
Is it a government?
No. He's a specialist for this kind of question, for this forensic psychiatry. And he's very known. He's one of the most famous people on this item of forensic psychiatry.
Yes, no.
He's the director of this clinic. Huh?
Oh shit. So,
I give you his data.
it's no other person. Berlin's has big far.
But by train it's 5 or 4 hours. It's not so but you can send, perhaps you can send him a mail. I give you his address. Here in this area. I just know Pinus. It's just Pinus, huh? That's a problem, a little bit. There's another one. It's a colleague who's specialized also in forensic items. Might be that he's in Mannheim. This is just have a look. I have a, oh, okay. I have the Psychiatric Association, and they have always lists of forensic of this Gutachter. I can. This is written in very small letters.
Let me see. I don't use glasses.
This is terrible, huh?
Oh,
Yes.
I can't say this.
But there you can find all this, and but I just have a look.
This is the whole of Germany.
Yeah.
I think I have this. I downloaded this. It's from here that I got the name.
This
your
is
name.
from our association, huh?
Gutasha list, or that?
Pardon me?
Gutasha list.
From the Psychiatrist, huh? And here. Mannheim, Ludwigshafen, Wiesloch, Stuttgart, Dressing. Yeah, the Dressing, he also, I know him, he's in Mannheim, he's very famous. Dressing, Langenhans, Schramm. Schramm is in Heidelberg. The other ones I don't know. Münster. this Klingenmünster also is not so far. Yeah. But Dressing is in Mannheim. He's also quite known.
Sure.
It's a fun story, yeah, but
This is Joachim Schramm and
Schramm, yeah, I know Schramm.
and Rainer
This
Netta.
Dressing, Professor Dressing, he's in Mannheim.
Where is Dressing?
Dressing. This one. Let me see.
Okay.
Did you see him? Yeah, Dressing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He also, he's quite famous. Yeah.
Contact them.
Yeah, you have to contact them, but they will need all these. Your judge, your lawyer, he has all the Gutachten and all
I
these
have it
things.
here with me. Yeah.
Because I'm not able to do the Gutachten like that because I don't have this forensic education and I'm not allowed to do the Gutachten like that. I just make Gutachten, but it's just for retirement and things like that, but not for these items. I'm not allowed to do that.
Yeah, I will look into I will see these people.
Yeah, yeah. But it will be quite difficult, huh?
It's not going to be that difficult because with the situation that things are, I have absolute confidence that they will check. They will convince the judge to do this. Okay.
So I wish you good luck, huh?
Yeah, bye.
You need
Yeah, I still need it.
what?
The Krankenschein.
Nee, but you have to leave it here. You need it. For what do you need it?
To go to see the other doctor.
But huh? This is a problem because you need. Nee, for you. But first you have to.
Also der Originalteil ist beim Hausarzt, er muss beim Hausarzt die Überweisung holen. You have to pick up the Überweisung at your family doctor. At Dr. Eberhard?
Hat er uns jetzt eine Überweisung? The original shine is at your house doctor.
There you have to pick
And
up
the house doctor has to give you the Überweisungen to the other doctors. And your house doctor gave the Überweisung to us here, and we need this. But the original shine is at your house doctor, and he is allowed to give you the other Überweisungen.
So if I want to go to another doctor, I can go
yeah.
and still get the same paper that I brought here.
You have to go to the house doctor,
Yeah.
and he can give you the
Another
other
one.
Überweisungen. Yes, we are not allowed because we have the Überweisung from your house doctor, and he has the original shine. Your house doctor has to give you all these Überweisungen.
Now you, I went to him and got this Überweisung and came here.
Yes, and I will make a report if you allow this to your house doctor, and I will write him that I'm not allowed to do this kind of Gutachten and that I gave you the addresses, and he has to give then the Überweisungen to these other doctors.
Because I got it from him and came here.
Yes.
I'll get another one and go to the
Yes.
doctor in
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's it.